Hey guys, so today I pretty don't have, so much recipes to create, okay, but I'm going to be showing you things you can do for breakfast, okay. There's so many options. So if you're wondering, what can I make for breakfast, stuff like that, and there's some few ingredients that you have in your kitchen. There are lots of things that you can create. Okay, food is about the creativity. Food mostly have to do with you being creative. So, if you're thinking of what to eat in the morning, uh, you don't have, say, any meal already prepared. So, I'm going to show you what you can make. I actually do not have much ingredients in my kitchen at the moment. I'm here to go, restock, but I will show you what you can make. All right. So I'm just quickly going to go into making something. So let's see. Well, the first thing I actually like to do is to clean my work surface, my table. So I have quite a pretty simple setup for my contents. So I know a lot of us are still new to YouTube, and we're still trying to navigate how to grow our channels and build. But if you are new to YouTube and one of your goals is to grow in 2026, then you want to hang around and you know subscribe to the channel, because moving forward I'll be sharing tips with you, how to grow your channel, how to build, how to choose something that will be profitable and that can help you grow. So I will talk about it, you know, moving forward. So today we're going to be making breakfast, and I just have a few ingredients. I want to show you something that you can create with little or no ingredients in your kitchen, okay? So if you're wondering, you're awake in the morning, you don't know what you're going to make for breakfast, you're stuck, and you have these few ingredients that I'll be mentioning, then stay around. I'll show you something that you can do. There are lots of options on the table, okay? Now, if you have flour in your kitchen and you have a little bit of sugar, some people don't even like the sugar. You have milk, you have, a few other ingredients. I will tell you what you can do. You don't have to, have so much for you to make something. Now, there are lots of options. Hi, Ice Kelvin. Would you collect? I don't understand what you're saying, sorry. Sugar, yes. Sugar isn't only for cooking. You can use sugar to bake, you can use sugar to make other things. So it depends on what you want to make. So sugar can, be present in your breakfast. It can be absent too. So it depends on what you're cooking, it depends on what you're making. So today I'm just making something very simple, okay? And it is, what most children love. You can make it from the comfort of your home. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to, break the bank for you to make something for your kids. Now, making pancake is very, very easy, and it does not require so much. Now, one thing with pancakes is that you get to, you're in control of what you're making, and you also enjoy every bit of it. you don't sweat so much in your kitchen. You don't have to, lift and do a lot of cutting and chopping and all that. It's pretty very easy to make, and you can do that within 15 minutes. Okay, now if you're wondering what else you can make for breakfast, there's lots of options. If you don't mind, you have a little bit of time in your by your side, and you want your children, or you want to have something sweet at work or during lunchtime. Now you can make chocolate cake. It is also not difficult to make. Now I have a recipe that makes this process very very easy. Say in less than 30 minutes you're done baking, and in 7 minutes you're done mixing your ingredients. Okay, so if you're watching me, tell me where you're watching me from. Don't forget to like this live to encourage it and make it reach other people. And if you've not subscribed, do well to subscribe to my channel. I share pretty easy recipes that you can create in your kitchen. Hi HK, you're welcome to my life. I share pretty easy recipes that you can create at home. You can make for yourself, for anybody, your guests. Oh, I see somebody say I love cooking. Yes, I love cooking too. So it's a kind of therapy. So if at any point you feel bored, you feel down, you can just go into your kitchen and make something. It is therapeutic. Yes, for some people. Right, for some people it's kind of stressful. So I don't know if there is there anybody watching at this point that feels like cooking is stressful. Is there anybody that feels like cooking is stressful for them? You can type no in the comment section, or you can type yes in the comment section. So for me, I feel sometimes cooking can be actually stressful. Now it depends on what I am making, and it depends on the event. Okay, if it is something that I want to try, I want to try a new recipe, I don't see it as being stressful. I see it as being stressful when there are so many people around, and I have to make lots of food, and I am always in the kitchen 2/7. So I find that a bit more stressful. But when it comes to baking, I think it is not stressful for me. It's more therapeutic than me seeing it as being stressful. So tell me, I have so many options lined out today. Now with what I have in my kitchen, I can make a donut, a quick donut. I can make chocolate cake. I can make Nigerian puff puff. If you are Nigerian and you're watching me and you don't know how to make puff puff, now you can clock in and I will teach how to make puff puff if that is what you want. I can also make pancake, like the fluffy pancake, the English kind of pancake. So in all these options, is there anyone that you'd be willing to learn, or you'd want to see me recreate, or show you how to do it? I'm going to do everything right here, and I will show you the steps from the very beginning down to the end, how you can do it or how you can achieve it. So tell me in the comment section, and I will get right into it. So my options are actually to make chocolate cake, to make pancake, and to make puff puff. So among these three, I'm kind of stuck, and I don't know what exactly I should make. Let's see. Maybe should I do a poll so that people get to vote, and I choose something to make. I think I will do a poll so that people will vote, and I'll make something out of it. So if you're new, do well to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to like this live. I want it to get to other people. If you're joining, tell me where you're watching from, and I will respond to your comments because I can see everyone's comments right from my screen. So let's get into today's breakfast. Let's see what we're going to make. Maybe we'll make one or two things. I may end up making a chocolate cake. I may end up making a puff puff. I may end up making a donut. I think I should do a donut because I've been craving milky donuts for a longest period of time. Maybe that will do. Let's go. My cooking has always been easy because I moved to a new location, and I didn't go with all my equipment. But you see, one thing you want to have in your kitchen, you see measuring cups and spoons. You want to have them. Now this makes every single thing that you do very easy. You don't have to buy a scale. A scale is quite expensive. I think this should go for say about 3 to 5,000 naira in Nigeria. But a measuring scale costs as much as, you know, 15,000, 10,000 above. So this is much more affordable, and this helps you, you know, Navy, either way at. I don't know if I got your question now. Maybe you want to ask it a little bit better, Navy. Maybe you want to ask your question a little bit better. Maybe I would understand. So guys, a lot of people are joining my live. I don't know if there are people below 1,000 subscribers that are currently watching me. Now I am kind of also doing this live so that people get to grow from my life. Okay, now that's one of the things I plan to do in 2026. So if you're watching and you're below, 1,000 subscribers, and you want to build your channel too while on the live, do leave a hi for me in the comments. Just drop a hi and I will tell you what next to do, because a lot of people will keep joining and leaving, and they want to grow. So do well to leave a hi so that I get to know if you're under 1,000 subscribers. So I have my measuring cup, and this makes every single thing that I do in my kitchen very easy for me. So I'm going to measure out my flour first and sieve it. That's like the first step in anything that you're doing. If you're using a flour, you want to measure and sift. You want to always sift your flour. Don't forget to sift your flour because it is very, very helpful. So like I said, it depends on what you want to make. Okay, so for today's breakfast, because I am running on something very, very affordable, and my channel is all about making budget friendly meals or recipes, I'm going to show you something that you can do with little ingredient that you have in your kitchen. So I'll also show you how to bake with your pot and stove. One thing people don't understand is that you must not have an oven for you to bake. Yes, you must not have an oven. Hi, I'm making a chocolate cake for breakfast. So if you're wondering how to make a chocolate cake that will not take so much of your time, that you can mix up in little or no time, then hang around. I'm going to show you how to make that. It is very, very easy to do. Now, this chocolate cake does not require so much ingredients. Like I mentioned earlier, you can make this and you can bake it without an oven. Okay, that's the most interesting thing about this. So if you're new to my channel, you want to hit the subscribe button and you want to give this video a thumbs up for me, you want to give this live a thumbs up for me. So let's get into it. So I'm also trying to create my content so that I get to post. Okay, so I have my measuring cup. I'm going to measure a cup of flour and sieve it. It is very, very important that you sift your flour. You want to sift your flour. It is very important because sometimes dirt and some particles that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving my life a thumbs up. God bless you. Thank you so much. That is Luther, right? Thank you, Luther. Thank you so much. So I'm going to sift my flour so that all the dirt and lumps in the flour will not go into my cake. Thank you so much for watching. So we'll sift our flour because sifting your flour also helps your cake to be airy. Oh my god. Some are going into my bowl. It helps to make your cake airy, fluffy, and whatever particles that are in the flour, it won't go into your cake. So it is very necessary that you sift it. So I'm just using a cup of flour because it is like a very moderate recipe. I'm not doing for an order, someone a work or so. I'm doing for a personal consumption. So you can always double the recipe, you can triple it if you want to make something bigger. So when I'm done sifting my flour, I'm going to sift my cocoa powder too, because sometimes these cocoa powders, you can find sand particles and a lot of debris, and you don't want that to go into what you're going to be eating. Yes, I'm a pastry chef. I love to make pastries because I don't know, it's kind of gives me happiness. I'm so happy when I try new recipes and they come out so good. And the good thing is I love to make, things that are very affordable, things that are practical, things that people can do in their kitchen. You don't have to use so much materials to make it. Those are the kind of things I like to create. So like I said, you can see there are some particles in my flour. So I'm going to dispose it, and that is one of the reasons why you want to sift your flour. So I'm trying to create my content too at the same time. So the next thing I'm going to do is to also sift my flour. The reason I am doing all of this together is because once I start, mixing, everything just go in, and in less than 7 minutes is so much. 5 minutes, you're done combining all your ingredients. So I'm going to sift my cocoa powder. It depends on how chocolatey you want your chocolate cake, but I tell you, you always want it to be very, very chocolate. I'm using a quarter cup of cocoa powder. So I am sifting it because I want it to be airy. I don't want it to make my cake dense. This makes it faster for me. A quarter cup of flour, a quarter cup of cocoa powder, 1 cup of flour. What's this? Hi, thank you for joining. Tell me where you're watching from. Don't forget to give this live a thumbs up for me and subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you. Can you see? So these are like the grains that are not powdery. So I'll dispose it because I don't want it in my cake. I'm going to mix it together. Now the next thing I'm going to do is add in my baking powder. I'm using 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'll also sift it inside. So just gonna record for this. Okay, so 1 teaspoon of baking powder. If you watch, I've been sifting all my ingredients because I don't want sand or rough grains to be in it. I also combine it together. So now some people would add baking soda. I really don't like baking soda for personal reasons. I just feel like it is too harsh. Its acidic nature is too high, and it makes the cake come out a little bit hot, and you get this bitter taste. Yes, you get this bitter taste from it. So I skip it most times, except the recipe calls for it. Hi, Petro. Thank you for watching. Where are you watching from, Petro? If you've not liked this live, kindly give this live a thumbs up for me and subscribe to my channel. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to start getting my wet ingredients ready, because I've already prepped the dry. Before I go into that, the last thing I want to do before I go ahead is to add my sugar into my bowl of dry ingredients, so that we don't forget that there's no sugar. I'll be using 1/2 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of sugar, now if you have very sugary taste bud, you can do half, but 1/3 is fine for me. So I'll be adding 1/3 cup of sugar into my flour and cocoa powder mixture. Mix everything together. Now before I go ahead, I want to make my milk, so I will be adding you can just see my so I'll add two tablespoons of milk. This is one. Please don't mind the way I'm doing it. I love my chocolate cake to have this, chocolate and milky kind of taste, not just only chocolate. I love it to be balanced. So this is 2 tablespoons of milk. Hi Eva, thank you for watching. So while I do this, try to pack up the things that I am not using. So I'll be adding water into this. Okay, now coffee can go into your chocolate cake. You can leave it out. Coffee kind of balances the taste. So if you're making it for like an order, you're making it for a customer, a client, do well to ask about caffeine allergies. Okay, some people are allergic to caffeine, so you want to find out from your clients before you add coffee to their cake or whatever you're making for them. So sometimes I do add it to mine. I'm not allergic to caffeine, so sometimes I add to mine. I add coffee to mine. Sometimes I skip it out. When I just want to have something good, I can add it. Sometimes I can leave it out. It doesn't stop my chocolate cake from being chocolate cake. Get? So I'm going to mix this and start adding all my wet ingredients into a separate bowl. So that way it makes the work pretty easy for me to remember what I've added and what I've not added yet. So I'm adding 1/3 cup of water to my milk. I'm going to mix this together. I forgot to video this part. Now you can also use evaporated milk. You can use condensed milk. So the options are it's open for you to use whatever that you want to use. To add it. This is 1/4. Set aside. I'm going to crack in my egg. I have 1 egg, so you can use 2, but 1 is okay. Okay, we're safe. I did not crack it directly inside my milk, just in case the egg is bad. So you want to be safe. Now I can add it in. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to mix it together. Now the good thing is, if you don't want to bake this, you can actually hi Eva, hi, thank you so much. You can actually make this as pancakes. The recipe can pass. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do is to make some as pancakes and show you, and then I'll bake some as chocolate cake and also show you. So the next thing I want to do is to going with my vegetable oil. I'm also going to use 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. Now I'll start adding in my dry ingredients bit by bit. So just before I add the last one, I'm going to warm up some water that I will be adding to my chocolate cake. Adding the last. So we're using vanilla flavor. Okay. I like to add my flavor last because I want it to always have this. So I'll be baking with this like a foil plate. So adding our hot water, 1/3 cup. I'll be using 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavor. You can choose to add in salt at this point. You can choose to skip it. Let's see. It's all good. I don't want to add the salt, but my sugar is moderate. So I'm going to transfer some to my baking pan, and I will leave some that I will, make as pancakes, so that you get to see that you can either bake or you make it as pancake. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. So this is actually optional. I just place this on the bottom so that I can easily bring it out. So I just want to, make some as pancakes so that you see how it is. Tap, tap. I'll be baking this with my pot. For the baking, you either add salt or you add water to your pan and bake. Okay? So I just want to get the pan and we'll start making the pancakes. So this will serve as either a pancake for breakfast or a cake for breakfast. Now, good thing is you can have it with tea, you can have it with coffee, you can have it with anything, milk, cup of milk. I have to have my chocolates, cake or pancakes with milk. It goes so well. The both of them. So one thing I like to do is, my pan is a bit oily and I don't like to fry my pancakes with oil. Okay, you don't need to make your pancakes with oil. Just going to let go of the oil. And we're good. So since I'm making pancakes, I'll just add a little bit of salt to my pancake batter, not the chocolate cake batter. Now this is also optional, you can skip it. Just a pinch of salt. Better. Now something else you can do, if you want, is you can add in a little bit extra liquid to your pancake batter. You can also make it without adding in any extra liquid. So we're just going to make it without adding in any extra liquid, so that you get to see that you will achieve a very good outcome soon. So I'll make some without adding in any extra liquid. I'll add in a little bit extra liquid because I like mine way more fluffier. Let's bring this closer so that, let me see, this is better. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can adjust my phone. Okay, I think it works. Yeah, perfect. So I'm like capturing in two places, so that is why it seems like I'm setting up, capturing on my camera, and I'm doing the live so that I can repost the video when I am done with the live for people who were not able to join the live. Okay, so this is it. We're going to start making the pancakes. You just need a spoon, anything that you will use to scoop the batter. Okay, I'm making small sizes. I don't know if you can see. I think my fire is so hot. Let me turn it off. I'm just spreading it out. So make sure. Lifted it. Flip. You will now allow this side to cook. The cooking time does not take so much time, so you want to put an eye on it. It takes about 2 minutes and it's ready. So that's why I say this is very easy to pass. You can make it for your children, you know, they take it to school. The mixing time does not take so much time. The cooking time does not also take so much. So I've made the first one. I'm going to add in a little bit liquid. Like I said, I like losing mine a bit. So I'll add in a bit liquid. Same here is also good, okay? A little bit more time. So we're good. This is nice. I've not really tried chocolate pancakes before. I love the plain pancakes, the vanilla flavored plain pancakes. And the last one I made, my god, the video is actually on my channel. It's so good. The last one I made was so good. So this is like the first time I'm trying the chocolate version, and I'm doing it because your cake batter can actually pass for a pancake batter. That is why it is called pancake. So I just want to add a little bit extra liquid to my pancake mixture. Like I said, this part is very optional. If you need a recipe for pancake that tastes just like cake, check my channel. I posted a video of it. It's on my reels. You can check my reels. There's a full recipe is on the reels. You get the full video of how to make, you know, a pancake that tastes just like cake, and I tell you, you will love it. So I just wanted it to be this. Yeah. So I'm going to much more better. So let's make the remaining one. So can you hear me at this point? Oh, okay, great. I think I was far from my mic, so I will have to shift it closer. Yeah. I don't want my light to fall. So I have like a very pretty simple setup for my streaming. So I use one tripod. Oh, thank you so much, Canary. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much. I thank you so much for watching. Where are you streaming from? Where are you watching me from? That's Gaspix. Where are you watching me from? Hi, Canary. Where are you watching me from? So I am looking at bonding with creators, growing with other creators that are on this platform. So Maryland. Oh, that's great. Gaspix, Maryland. Okay, I'm actually streaming from Nigeria. I think I know Maryland. Oh, okay, okay, okay. New York, New York. All right, Canary, New York. That's amazing. It's good to have you around. Kindly help me subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. So one of the things I want to do this year, I'm just going to be vulnerable out here. I want to come live every day. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to, how I'm going to do that. We're in Nigeria. Okay, I am currently serving, and I am serving in Bayelsa State. So I am very far from Lagos at the moment. But I've been to Lagos a couple of times. I actually came for something, and it's quite a cool place. But yes, Nigeria is a big country. Definitely, you can see that. I'm shooting from Bayelsa, and it feels so good, coming live and meeting with other people. I I I meet with other people on various other platforms. Yes, unlike Lagos. No, this is actually not my first live. Neither is it my second, but I haven't been like into live streaming for some time. Recently, in this, thank you so much. Thank you. Love from Somalia. Thank you so much. I'm sending love from Nigeria. Am I in a city or in a rural area? Okay. The state I stay, okay, the state that I am currently staying, it's more like I'm in the city part of the state. But the state is not praise. Thank you so much for joining. The state is not so big, like Lagos, like Abuja. Yes, the state is not that developed. Let me use the word developed. The state is not that developed. So this is more like the rural the rural side of Lagos. Yes, but it's a very cool place if you ask me. The the water they have more water body in this area. What do I mean by water body? There are more rivers, more oceans in this place. Yes, Yenegua, exactly. From Yenegua. I'm streaming from Yenegua. So I'm in the city part of Bayelsa, and it's very more relaxed compared to Lagos actually. The environment is quite serene. Their nightlife is great, just like Lagos. They also have nightlife, and it is very calm and peaceful. The noise is not so much. Uh, yes, people live in Bayelsa. Oh my God. Okay, I think one day I will do like a live, when I'm going to the market, so that you guys get to see that there are a lot of people here, but not so much. The population, I don't think the population is that big, but there are people here. People live here, and one of their major activity here is farming. Like that's their way of living. They farm. Yes, they have nightlife. I tell you, they do. As 3 a.m. You can still hear the sound of vehicles. People are still moving around. Yes, but I think it depends on the place that you're staying. Yes, fishing is also like they love. Oh my God, I've seen so many kind of fishes in this place, and I like their fishes. Okay, but I am not so much of a fan of fresh fish. I think I prefer the dried fish more. I don't know, but a lot of people enjoy their fresh fish. Their catfish is also so good. Their source of living here is fishing and farming, but I think their economic background is kind of low. They don't also have good waters here, just like Lagos. I It doesn't mean I cannot live in Lagos or I don't intend to live in Lagos, but I feel like Lagos is just overhyped. Fresh fish is okay. I get not everybody likes fresh fish. I don't also like fresh fish. I prefer the fish dried. I enjoy it more when it is dried, and I think the taste is more better than the fresh fish. Sincerely, I don't really like fresh fish, and Bayelsa too, their water is not so good. Yes, their water, they don't have good water. Most community members, they suffer from skin irritation. They're always complaining of this itching. They don't have good water. Yes, so Lagos is overhyped. I will beat my chest and I will say it 1,000 times. I will say it in If I get to Lagos, I will say it. That doesn't mean that I cannot stay in Lagos, or I don't maybe want to stay in Lagos also, but Lagos is actually overhyped. It is so. It is overhyped. Hi John, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Yes, I am. I'm a medical personnel. I'm a medical doctor actually. Okay, I'm practicing, but I have the side business. I bake. Okay, but currently, because I am serving, I am not baking at the moment. I just bake for personal consumption. Where do I want to stay? For now, I really don't have like. Yes, I actually have it on my profile too. So you like to eat baked food? Yes, I bake. I'm a baker. Okay, I practice, and I had this business I started up when I was in school. Oh, hi John, thank you so much for connecting. I'm from Nigeria. It's so good. Yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. I want to connect with people, and it feels so good. Oh, okay. You've not checked my profile. All right. Then you guessed very, very, correct. Your guess was very, very correct. Okay. Yeah, Nigeria is a very cool place to visit. There are lots of, tourist areas. I don't do so much travels, but there are lots of tourist areas. You enjoy Nigeria. You definitely have a great experience. If it is for that, you will have a great experience. This is your first time on my channel. It's so good to have you on my channel. I'm so excited that people actually join my life. Okay, so one of my goals is to come live every day. Pray say John, stop the cap. If it's from the United States, it's good. If it's from Nigeria, it is also good. Maybe if he's not from United States, he's from Nigeria, but saying he's from the United States. Faith actually works. One day, maybe he will just be there. You never can tell. Oh, I was much concerned about why you are talking to yourself while scrolling. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I wasn't talking to myself. I was creating I was doing I was teaching a recipe online. Okay, I made chocolate cake and chocolate pancakes. So I was teaching this recipe online. I didn't know that my voice was not that loud. I wasn't using my mic. Joy. What's my favorite thing to pick? What is a cap? Okay, what he meant is he said no capping. Capping is like no joking. You get? Yes, that's it. So I was not talking to myself. I was creating a recipe video, but I didn't realize that the volume was low. Okay. Praise. John says he's from the United States. Can you let him be? Maybe he's actually from United States. Please let him be. He's from Florida. So let him be. You can tell him that you need like a friend from that place. Okay. Oh, Zulu keeping up with the Jones. Wow. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So someone asked my favorite thing to bake. My favorite thing to bake is I actually don't have a favorite. But what I love to do is to teach. Okay, I love to create recipes on a budget. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. And it's so nice to meet you and connect with you. It feels so good having people, interact with you on the comments and on your life. It is not easy and it feels so good. I'm so excited that I have people joining. Oh, praise. Please just let John be. He is from the United States. He's from Florida. John, it's so nice to have you on the live today. Who else? Who else? Like I said, I don't have any particular favorite thing to bake, but when it comes to cake, count me in. I'm a big lover of cake. I actually started baking from little, not like little, okay. I started baking from, say, around 10, 11, within 10 to 13 years I started baking, and then I was more into learning from YouTube. That is why I love YouTube platform so much. Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're amazing. Thank you for joining my live. It feels so good to have you on the live. I am so happy. Thank you, Praise. Please leave John Bosco. John Bosco. Praise. Leave John alone. Stop entering him too much. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you joining. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I will be so glad to connect with you all. Yes, hi John. Blessings from New York. John Blessing says hello in the comments. Do well to connect with Blessing with the username Canary. Do well to connect with Canary. Yes, actually meat pie is baked, but there's a recipe that you can use, and you can fry your meat pie. Yes, I had to do that one certain time. I think I posted the video too. Praise don't start. Praise don't start. Why do I feel like I know this praise? I don't think I do. But your name kind of sounds familiar, and you be typical Nigerian guy. You be oh my god. Praise don't start. From John, you're into Canary now. Okay, do I like baked meat pie or I prefer cakes? Um, I actually prefer cakes because I can switch up my cake recipe at any point. I love meat pie too, but there's a kind of meat pie that I like. I don't like when the filling of my meat pie is so dry. I like when the filling is runny. I don't know, but I love it that way. And um I love meat pie. I love meat pie, but I do cake more often. Okay, I prefer cake. I feel like meat pie is more stressful compared to cake, and I don't know. Nigerians are the best. Oh, that's so great. Thank you. We are actually amazing. If you have friends from Nigeria, you will love Nigerians so much. Those trolls, are they all Nigerians? I would hope not, because I have grown to like Nigeria. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Those trolls, they will not get to you. You have to develop thick skin. Yes, my name is Grace. That's my name. My name is Okezie Grace, and I am a practicing medical doctor. Okay. I also love to bake. In short, I'm a baker. I have a business. Currently not running it at the moment because I am serving. There's something we call service in Nigeria. So I am serving. I will continue with my business when I am done with service. But at the no side, I love to create food content videos. I love to create content. I may not be so perfect with the whole content creation thing, but I just love to do it because it kind of makes me relax. It's like a therapy for me. It makes me feel comfortable, more calm. So I love to create food videos. In Latin America, meat pies are deep fried. Yeah, I've seen people fry their meat pie. I've tried it once, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Don't let other bakers hear this because they are going to come for me. I love fried meat pies, fried chicken pies. Yes, I'm a doctor. Will you make baking content on your channel? Yes, I have lots of baking content on my channel. I have lots of it. I bake from scratch. I try new recipes. I create food content. I do all that. Okay, so I love to create food content. Anything related to baking or food, I love to do that. And I do it on a budget. Okay, so I don't do all the glam and the whole shenanigans, of food content creation. Oh, Gas Pix is so good. I love anything Nigeria. That's so cool. A lot of people love Nigerians. A lot of people, love to have Nigerian friends. A lot of people love to connect with Nigerians, and it is so cool because Nigerians are amazing. Okay, if you meet genuine people from Nigeria, you would definitely love Nigeria. Yes, there's no negative energy in 2026. No negative energy. 2026 is for growth. I want to grow. I want to build. Okay. There are a lot of things I want to do in 2026. I actually started achieving it from January because that was how ready I was for 2026. That was how intentional I was for 2026 because I felt like 2025 just came. I wasn't prepared for anything. Okay, not until the last 4 months of 2025. That was when I started. I said, okay, why don't I try, you know, coming back to YouTube again? The last time I created content before 2025 was 2023. So I felt like I've been away from my channel for so long. Maybe I will, I will, maybe I will come back, okay, and start creating content again. I came back September, and that was, sincerely speaking, I had like the best time that few months that I came back because I just felt like everything was so good. You know, I felt so happy again. When, yes, most people break their New Year resolution by January 5th. Exactly. I never thought about that though. I never thought about that. Okay, you're asking my area of expertise. I am not a specialist yet, okay? I am serving. There's something called National Youth Service in Nigeria, okay? So if you're Nigerian, you know what I'm talking about. So I finished my internship in 2024. So I just took like a year break because I felt so overwhelmed. I don't know. I just feel like this whole doctor thing can take away your life from you, and you will not know, you will not realize it. So I was more into the practice. I didn't have no time for myself. I wasn't feeling myself. So I took like a year break and decided to, come back and continue. After my internship, I was supposed to go for service in 2025, but I did not go for it. I had to stay back, and I just needed to think because I felt like at one point I wanted to stop practicing. The next point I was like, I really love to practice. I really want to continue. So I said, okay, maybe the best thing to do was to take a break, like rest and, just think of things that I can do that will make me feel better. And then I came back and I am currently serving. It's going to last for a year. I still have a couple of months to go. But along the line, I said, what else can I do? Stuff like that. What else can I do that will make me more happy? I decided to start my content again. And then I said, okay, let's start somewhere. I wanted to start in 2026, but I said, no, I still had time for 2025. I started content creation again. I started creating food content, and I sincerely did not believe how far I grew in 2025 because I felt like nothing was going to happen, but suddenly something was happening, and it was so quick, it was so fast, it was so rapid. So I said, okay, since I achieved, you know, something in 2025, what else can I do in 2026? Here I am. I decided to go live every day in 2026. But that sounds crazy, right? Hmm. I just hope I am able to pull this through. I hope I am able to pull it. So I am currently not specializing. I am doing my youth service, and it is a 1 year program. I have few more months to go. So after that, you can choose to, write an exam and go for like a specialty, you understand. It is a training on its own, and it takes like 6 years or thereabouts. I don't think I'm ready to sacrifice that amount of time for my life in Nigeria. Actually, it takes like 6 months. It is very, very, strenuous and demanding. So I have to be well prepared if I want to go through that stage or that phase again in life. So till then, I'm like a general practitioner. No special, no, there's no title, like no consultant or no field title attached to my name at the moment. So it's after that specialty training you can become a consultant pediatrician, you can become a consultant dermatologist, stuff like that. So for now, I'm just a general practitioner and exploring other, aspect of life. That is what I want to do. I don't want to be boxed up. Okay. So and the only way I will not be boxed up is if I don't choose, like, if I don't go for a residency training program. That way I will not be boxed up. But I think there's a way to conquer that. For now, I haven't figured that out. So I'm just going to let it be. Oh, John says, I like women that can bake and cook good food. It's good to hear. Thank you so much. With this generation, a lot of people feel like cooking is cooking is becoming a problem. Actually, I've seen this trend online. A lot of people complaining. Um, you know, yes, it's actually cool for men to help, for your spouse or your partner to help out with some home chores. Be it washing, cooking, cleaning. It's very good for them to help out. But I see like people are looking at it from a very different perspective, that it is more like a very big deal. Okay, if you have the finance to get manpower that can help with all the home services, cooking, cleaning, and all that, go ahead, do you, and that's cool. But making cooking sound like a very big deal, I don't think that's very cool. um Maybe because of upbringing, stuff like that. I actually enjoy cooking. It doesn't stop me from doing other things. For days when I will not be able to cook, I can actually get food outside. But I see cooking as fun. It's something fun to do. And maybe because of the kind of partner that you have, cooking can be more fun, and it can be very, you know, hectic. If you have someone that is very understandable and the person is around you in the kitchen, helping out with maybe making one or two things, doing the dishes, um, tidying up the kitchen, I think it's very more enjoyable. It's more like a bonding time. That's why I said cooking is therapeutic. Either cooking or baking. I see it as, something that calms my spirit. When I feel so sad, when I am down, I just get into my kitchen and I start prepping something. I start making something. And that makes me more calm and relaxed. Although that thing may not end up so well, it may not go so well. I may mess up the whole thing. But by the time I start doing it, I find myself, I am more at peace. I am more relaxed, because that's like my safe space. Like, I find it very relaxing to do, trying out something, cooking something that will make me very happy, stuff like that. So, what's the next comment? Am I familiar with a dish called beef Wellington or fish Wellington? No. But okay, I think I should take a screenshot so that I will go and check on the dish when I am done with this, so that I will know more about the dish and maybe try it out.
Yes, I'm very open to trying things. And I don't like to try things that I will not eat. So whatever I make, it is something that I can comfortably eat. You get? It's something that I can comfortably enjoy. So, yeah. All right. John says greetings from Florida, and he's sending those greetings to Canary. Thank you so much, John. Yes, most people break their New Year resolution by January 5th. Yeah, you're very correct. You're very correct. You're very correct. So, for me, I decided to start, and actually, a lot of people do not accomplish their, their goals for the year due to so many factors. Okay, some people along the line they become ill. Some people along the line they become, tired. They give up because they don't have this source of encouragement. They don't have this support. They don't have this backing, okay, that can help them push. So they just quit along the way, and they will not want to continue again. But others we want to, give it a try and keep pushing. When I came back again, because I stopped um towards the end of December, I paused in my content because I needed to get one or two tools that can help me upscale my content, that can help me, do well. Power supply was is a very big challenge for me here. So I needed to get like a power tank. I needed to get some other things that can help me continue with content creation. So I had to pause towards the end of December and coming back again, and I am so discouraged. But then I said, okay, no need of panicking. Why don't you try something new? I said, okay, maybe I should come live. I should start coming live more often and see if I can make, you know, build new people, new community, new set of friends, and see how it goes. So that is actually what I'm trying to do, and I'm testing the waters, and I see that it is going very, very cool because I have met quite an amazing people here. So Gaspix said general medicine. Yes, I am under general medicine now. I am just a GP, a general practitioner. Yes, I took a break, John. I took a break. I took 1 year break. That sounds so crazy because I think having a break in your CV is not that good, stuff like that. But I'm making up for it during my service year. It's making me work in two places. And it's so crazy because the workload is too much. It's too much. I still don't know how I was able to pull through showing up on YouTube, you know, trying to build my content while working in two places, just because I want to fill in that gap I had in my CV. Where did I study medicine? I studied medicine in Nigeria. I really don't know if you will know the university because you don't stay in Nigeria, but I studied medicine in Abia State University in Nigeria. Yeah, that's my state, by the way. Why am I not monetized? Oh, I really don't know. Maybe because one moment I am very consistent, the next moment I am no longer consistent. Maybe that is why I am not yet monetized. But then I plan to do better. I plan to, build more. I plan to give more value this year. One of the things I want to do is to give more value, and I am going to work on that. I'm going to create much more better content, show up well, give more value this year. I want to, share more. Yeah, because I noticed that if you share more, you grow more. You grow more because you've shared what you had before. You are open to, knowing more. You are open to making more research so that you'll be able to give more out. But if you keep hoarding the things that you have, okay, because you're not giving it out, you already have it, and you're saturated. There's no space for something new to go in. So I am more open to sharing more, giving more value so that I can grow more. If you're a woman and you complain about cooking for your man, I get you away from me. It is a blessing when a woman cook for a man willingly and happily. That's true. That's true. It is actually a blessing because I don't see why people will make so much of a big deal from cooking. Yes, I get there are times when you're actually stressed. My mom loves to cook. Um, she works, okay. She's a civil servant. She works hard. She has other side things that that she does, but that does not stop her from cooking. Yes, even as I am grown, whenever I go home, my mom is always in the kitchen and she's cooking. Like she wants to make something for me to eat. I kind of love that feeling. That feeling of you make something and people will be like, oh my god, this is so delicious, this is so nice. Mommy, I love your cooking, I love the food. I love, that joy. I feel very pleased when people taste my stuff and they say, oh my god, I love it, I enjoyed it, I am so excited. And it pushes me to create more, it pushes me to like do more. Okay, so it makes me, okay, what else should I do, what else should I do? I love this feeling. What else should I do? And I'm always there trying to look for something to create, trying to do something that will make people happy. I love to see smiles on people's faces when they are eating, right? When they are eating, I love to see the smile on their faces. It makes me so happy. I'm like, oh, if this person is happy over this one, maybe I should do something else. So that they will always tell me, thank you. I enjoyed that, I enjoyed this, I enjoyed that. And that was one of the things that pushed me to, starting a baking business. Because all the time I see people like, oh, I enjoyed the small chops that you made, I enjoyed your cake. I had a lot of reviews. People were telling me, at some point I heard someone even told me that, okay, she was ordering my cake because she felt like kind of depressed, she was feeling sad, so she ordered my cake. And then she made a statement after the ordering. She said, when I tasted your cake, I felt this peace. That was something I loved. Like, I felt very happy that someone tasted my product, and not only was it just to satisfy maybe cravings or hunger, but it kind of brought this calm, warmth, and peace to the person's mind and soul. So it was like a very good thing for me. I feel so comfortable, more very happy when people try my products and thank you so much. Yes, it's a very beautiful feeling. I feel so happy and relaxed when people try my product and they be like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And one thing that made me, stay in business for so long was because I had I had a great number of returning customers. My returning customers were actually pretty much more than my new customers. Yes, because they come the first time, they're purchasing, and they'll be like, oh my god, everyone in the house loved it, they enjoyed it, it was so good, it was so on point. And then they will come back again, they're telling their friends, they're telling their family. I had new customers, but I measured my returning customers to my new customers to know how well my product was doing, to know how well my recipe was doing. And I realized that I had a very good, fan base of returning customers. That showed that there was something I was doing that was very right. And I worked so hard to, stick to that. I worked so hard to stick to that. It was not easy because, training people, training staffs to know how well to make the thing that you're making, that when people taste it, they would think that it was made by you. Okay, it was not so easy. It was not so easy. But over time, I think I built that trust very well. And it was a very good feeling for me. It was a very good thing for me because I love the way people would come back and say, I enjoyed it. I was so happy. I was so impressed. I even referred my friend to you. I'd be like, wow, thank you so much. I was so happy. I was so excited. And I have learned so much from life journey. And I know a lot of people will feel so discouraged and you're so tired, you want to give up. It's very, very understandable. It's very common, okay? It's very common because I experience most of these people when I'm consulting in the hospital. People will come and they'll be like, I'm so tired of this illness, I'm so tired of this, I'm so tired of that. Well, one thing I would do is to always tell you that you have to build faith. Okay, you have to build faith. A Christian, a lover of God. I trust in God so much. Okay, whatever I am, whatever stage that I find myself in, it is because I I just I tell, hi, thank you so much. It's just because I tell God, okay, this is God's hand. I just place my hand on his hands and I tell him to, just lead me. You get? So it's not been an easy journey, okay, but one thing I will tell people is build faith. Build faith in God. Build faith in your creator. Because a time will come, not even your money will solve your problem. Okay, I had this patient that was admitted one time in the ER, in the emergency ward. Okay, so this patient, there was an option. Okay, um we just knew that this chance was 50-50, but then we still have to give in our best. Okay, we need to do everything that we can do to make sure that that life is saved. So there was an option to be admitted into the intensive care unit. Okay, money was not the problem at this point, because the family members, they were willing to go all out. Okay, do you think, admitting into the ICU will be the best option? We're ready, you get. But on the other hand, we didn't really know what the outcome would be, because it was a 50-50 chance. But one thing I'll tell you is build faith. Build faith. Build faith. I'm a doctor. uh, I am currently practicing, but I tell you that I have seen miracles. Okay, so if you think miracles don't happen, you're wrong. You're wrong. Yes, we make diagnoses. We tell people, this is what you have. This is the illness that you have. This is the condition that you have. But on the other hand, we also tell people that you have to trust in God. You have to believe that there will be a miracle for your condition. There will be a miracle for your situation. So you still need that trust to pull through. Okay. Now sometimes thinking about your condition alone is enough to make you go faster, to make you deteriorate faster. Okay. So whenever I see my patients in the hospital, one thing I also do, aside prescribing medications, aside treating them, is to tell them that they have to build faith. They have to be encouraged. Okay, they have to believe that they will get better. That way their healing is faster. That way the medication they are taking tends to work faster. See, forget every single thing that you know. Okay, one thing I will tell you is that if you believe that you are going to get better quickly, okay, your healing is going to work faster. That is like a kind of a psychology that helps with healing. So whenever we have some cases, we also refer them to the psychiatrist, or people that can help them build their mentality towards their treatment process. That we ensure that we as medical practitioners, we are not just suffering on our end, doing so much for patients and they're not getting better. One of the reasons why they don't get better is because they just believe that there's nothing that can be done about my situation again. So we tend to encourage them, you're going to be fine, no matter the chances that they have, be it a 50-50 chance. We tend to encourage them. We tend to tell them that you're going to be better, you're going to get well, you're going to make good progress. For a lot of them, I have seen them make good progress. I worked under cardiology when I was doing my internal medicine posting. Okay, you will know how essential, or how important the heart is to humans. Okay, that is like the most important functioning part, that the moment it stops beating, that person is gone. So I worked on that cardiology unit, and I realized that people that you think will not make it, okay, are actually people that make it. Yes. I had two patients. One came in very strong, very healthy. We just needed to do a couple of investigations, and you know, the patient is going back. But then by the next morning, that person was no more. And I was wondering what happened, you know. But I had another patient that we knew that this was like a 50-50 chance. But I kept encouraging the like, you're going to go home. You're going to leave this place. You're going to get better. And I tell you, that patient made it. He spent about 3 months in the hospital, but he left. And he left very healthy. So you should build faith in your creator. Build faith in your creator. We've seen so many cases. We've seen so many things happen. Okay, people come in healthy and just pass the night and they're no more. A lot of people come in very ill and without even hope that they're going to make it, but they made it and they live in one piece. Okay, so build faith in your creator no matter the challenge that you're going through. Okay, we are still starting. Yes, amen to Jesus. We're still starting 2026, and I am saying this because it may not even go so well for me. I really don't know what 2026 have in place, but I know my creator, and I know that one thing I am praying for is to have a very, very great 2026. Okay, but I'm going to tell you something, that challenges may come along the way. You're going to feel discouraged. Yes, I am a Christian, very big one. I am a Christian. Okay, I love God so much because I am a testimony. I'm a living testimony. I have seen God do wonders. I've seen God do wonders in my family. I've seen my mother. My mother is a very, very big Christian. Okay, now not just Christian because I want to say the word Christian, but she is a very strong believer of Christ, and I've seen miracles. I don't know if I'll be able to share them right here. Even this January, okay, this January I had a big miracle. Like, it's not something I want to talk about per se, but I had a very big miracle. God came through. Like, this is beyond my own comprehension. I really don't know how it happened, but I have a very big miracle this January. That was just last week, and January hasn't ended. And I believe that I will have a better, more like much more better miracle compared to what just happened in January. But I tell you something, if you trust God and you know God for yourself, you will taste and you will see that the Lord is good. Okay, you will see that the Lord is good. Being a doctor exposed me to, appreciate God more, because I have seen so many things. I have seen so many things. People walking, when you tell them the diagnosis after thorough investigations, history taking and all of that. When you tell them the diagnosis, you see that they kind of have this loss of hope in their eyes. You will know deep down that this person, you know, this person is not taking it as it should. Deep down, you will just know. So I just feel like we should start serving God more now, because it's going to help us. It's definitely going to help us. So when I talk, I tend to encourage people. Okay, no matter what it is, we have Muslims, we have Christians. I am not against any religion, okay, but I am sharing from my own experience how faithful God has been to me, how great He has been, and I just want to tell you, if you have a goal that you plan to achieve in 2026, and we're in January is almost coming to an end, and you feel like, oh, I haven't started my goal, I haven't started anything, I've not achieved, not like you don't feel like there is hope that you're going to achieve what you have lined up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. It can even happen towards the end of the end of the year. Okay, it can happen towards the end of the year, because I agree from 700 to 2,000 in 2 months. that was something that struck me, and it made me believe that no matter when it is that you start working towards your goal, no matter when the time it is that you start working towards the goal that you plan to achieve, it is not late. What matters is how well you are executing it. How well you're executing it. So one other thing that I am doing this year that is standing out for me that I don't do is I have a journal. Okay, recently started documenting. I recently started sharing my thoughts. Writing how my day is going, things that I achieved for that day, because it will help me look back, and then I will realize that I actually achieved a lot of things. In 2026, I failed in some areas, I made it in some areas. But if you're not documenting, you will feel like you were not growing, nothing happened. You understand? Stuff like that. So do well to start documenting. It's just like an advice. Count your it will help you count your gain. It will help you. Someone said no, that I can't get to 3,000 subs. Don't worry. I know I am going to get there. I'm going to gradually get there. It's something I am working towards. And I know with the support that I'm going to get from this community, these amazing people, that I am going to get there. So by the time I'm done with this life, I'm going to go and check on. Yes, exactly. Jesus Christ is our creator as a Christian. Yes, Jesus Christ is our creator as a Christian. And I am saying it unapologetically too. You're so on point, Zuli. Keeping up with the Jones. Oh, it's so amazing to have you on my life. I am so coming to check up on your channel once I am done with this. I am checking up on your channel once I am done with this live, so that I will connect with you, because I really want to meet new people on this platform. This is like the first time I am doing this live, and I'm very much comfortable, staying, talking with people, interacting with people, because I didn't realize that I will be able to pull this. I can stay live on TikTok for a very long time and I won't get tired. But doing it on YouTube, I felt like I will not have any viewer, I will not have any audience at all. That feeling. I don't feel like YouTube is like a platform on its own that is kind of strenuous and hectic. Yes. Oh, it's a little dog and you don't even post. Okay, I totally understand. Thank you so much for staying around. Thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for connecting with me. It is actually an honor to have you. Okay, I met quite some, other people who joined the live, and I am so excited to meet with them. I'm so excited to bond with them. I really don't know how this life would have gone, but like I said, I am a strong believer of Christ. I prayed. I came live yesterday, and I really felt so down. But then I did something. I started praying. I told God, I have been praying for the past couple of weeks, because, it is one thing to write your goals down, it is another thing to achieve it. And how quick you are to achieve your goal is also another thing. So I said, God, I want to achieve my goals, and I want to do it with you. And I don't want it to take so much time. So I started praying, and as God may have it, I came live today, and I'm meeting new people, new creators, and I feel so happy. Thank you guys so much. So I'm just going to start working on my video while I talk to you guys about other things. So I'm actually looking for people who would recommend like a good video editing app for me, so that I can edit with my laptop. I've been searching for video editing apps that I can use to, edit my videos on my laptop. And so far, it hasn't really been going so well. So getting a good video editing app for system seems like a very big challenge. I have a couple of them for phone, but this year I want to start editing with my laptop and start creating videos with my laptop. So I've been like trying to search. Thank you so much for joining. Do let me know where you're joining from. So today I'm going to stay live right here, and I'm going to connect with lots of people. That is my goal for today. Oh, I think I have a call coming in. So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll catch you guys later. I'll be back in the evening. See you guys. Bye.